Okay, let's see. Okay, anybody on here? Y'all see anything? Oh, yeah. We came right up.
Yeah, it came out all good.
Right up. Great. Okay. So I'll tag you, Sean, Shayla, Ernest, and we go. Yay! Let me pin the post. And are you guys on Facebook? Have y'all seen anything? I'm literally about to tag y'all. What up, everybody? Come on in the room. I just want to do the formalities of the tagging. Shall you see us on here?
Yes.
You
I'm
sure? Look, there you go. They're gonna echo. I was saying, Ernest, I'm gonna get you on here.
Yep.
All right, I got us pinned. Share some of my stories. Make it private. What's up, everybody? Are they already coming in? I see them on my screen. 4, 5, 6. Okay, y'all better come on. Acting like y'all was ready for this live. Come on with it. I think we're good. I think we're good. I have y'all tagged. Ernest, have you accepted the tag? That's the only way the people on your page that are not connected to me will be able to see it.
All right, let me try to do that.
Okay, take your time. While he's doing all that, everybody come on in the room. Welcome to the virtual healing room. I got family with me today. I don't know what y'all thought. It's my family today. We're gonna have some fun. This ain't the heavy hard conversations that I've had throughout the entire year. This is the conversations that I would have with any three of them at any given moment. So come on in the room. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to come. I see Shay, you tagged, Sean Bird, you tagged, Ernest, you tagged. And once he get back, we good. We can set this thing off. How y'all feeling today? Shay, you good?
Amazing.
Sean Bird?
Feel marvelous, darling.
Yeah. And Ernest, when you get back, we gonna see how you're feeling today, sir. Let me put my phone on do not disturb because this ain't a conversation. You can't mess with this conversation. We needed this one. Hold on,
Break
y'all.
bread and eat.
What you say?
We're gonna break bread and eat.
That's it. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Once we get back, once we get Ernest back, I want everybody to come on in the room. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let's just start there. We'll wait for Ernest to come back. But they 9, 10, 11. Oh, they in here.
Yeah.
Welcome. I'm so excited.
You better do numbers early. Come on, y'all. Come on in the room. Listen, welcome to Dear 2023. Put some respect on our name.
And
listen,
we ain't gonna say it no more.
We're not saying that. We already told you off top. Put some respect. I don't even want to say it no more. Don't get it twisted.
Off the fact.
I'm so excited. Listen, I am your host, Erica Janice. I have dope conversations with dope people. Listen, the purpose of this platform is to inspire and to motivate people to improve the relationship with self. We do this by inviting prominent leaders in the mental health and spiritual and relationship fields to join our lives. And so, in hopes of bringing closed door conversations to the forefront. I'm so excited to be here, y'all. This is my last live of the year. This is my 18th live. You understand what I'm saying? 18th live of the year, and I am literally ending it with my family. Like I could not have brought on the most amazing crew. And so I'm super, super excited to be here. As I said, if you're joining us, I'm asking you to share this live, to love this live. Even if you feel like your year was bomb and you can't gain nothing from nobody else, that's cool. But you got other people on your page who may need this content. And so please share this live. Please like it. This is going to be amazing content. Joining me today, I have Shayla Locklear. I got Edgar Birdsong. I got Ernest Goggins up in this piece. Listen, I got my family. Shayla Locklear, man, this is my cousin. However, aside from that, she's her own person, which I want to just be like, she's my cousin. That's it. That's all y'all got. But other than that, she's super dope. Shayla is a high performance coach who supports and she guides and mentors ultra high net worth individuals through the non-financial challenges of wealth and success. Thank you, Shayla, for gracing us again. You're not unfamiliar to this platform, just so we're clear. We may see some new faces up in this thing, but you just came through. You OG up in this thing. We have Edgar Birdsong, aka Sean. You will hear us call him Sean. You may hear us call him Sean Bird. However you choose to greet him. He's my brother, and I wish I could just hold on to that, but he's so much more than that. Sean is the owner of a retail store called Birdsongs in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Birdsong specializes in over 700 fragrances of body oils and lotions and shower gels and butters and all the things. Okay. Birdsong offers a full line of African clothing and jewelry as well. Sean is a husband. He's a father. He's also a brother. He's a content creator. He's appears to be quiet is his thing. That's what he put in his bio, y'all. He says he's quiet. But to know him is to love him. He is a quiet person. So for you to shed light and to be here, Sean, is amazing. So thank you for that. He speaks fluent Spanish, extremely knowledgeable on business and personal credit. I can't even dive into how much we talk about credit and business. So we'll dive into that later. And last but certainly not least, we have Ernest Goggins Jr. I didn't know you was a junior, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
You better put a junior in there. Listen, Ernest, I would love to say, of course, this is my friend from high school, that would not be doing you justice. You're so much more. He is a proud product of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He's a dedicated father. He's a son. He's an uncle. He's a friend. An NPS product and a UWM grad. Ernest has utilized his skill set as a facilitator and a content expert to engage in diverse communities and areas of prevention and parent education. Providing multifaceted learning endeavors are at the forefront of his work, along with collaborative opportunities such as this. It is my honor, you guys, to welcome you to the panel. Now we can get hood. I should be playing in my project. I should be doing all that. I had to do all the extras. Y'all want me to be professional on my last live? I don't want to.
Y'all
don't want to be so hood. Somebody insert in my project.
Bring the message where you want to.
I don't even have it. I should have inserted that. We are all from Milwaukee too. I'm sure I knew that, but something about reading y'all bio just hit me in a different level of like, we're all from Milwaukee. And we all have done incredible things. I think Milwaukee kind of gets this very bad connotation sometimes. And although we have our fair share of issues, as most cities do, you get to produce people like us. So like, shout out to us who made it, who could be anywhere and not a good space.
Yeah, everyone didn't make it, for real.
Right.
Oh, so good. Everyone didn't make it. And I think maybe sometimes we forget that. And when I tell you, when I was reading the bio, I know where y'all from. Y'all my people. but it was something about Milwaukee, like just that sort of remembrance of where we're from. Rachel said, "What up, y'all?"
What up?
Hi, Day.
Yes. Welcome to the party, baby. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So, I, as much as I gave y'all credit, I cannot, it cannot go without saying that my dope, audience who has showed up for me for a year. I said, this is my 18th live, and people still show up. They share, they comment, and they just support. So we can't forget our dope audience members. What up, y'all? Let us know what city that you're tuning in from. And I want to know, what is your most memorable moment of 2002? So, dope audience members, let me know where you're tuning in from. And just let us know, what was the best part of your 2022? And I'll start putting them on the screen and I'll read them as they come through. We said, Rachel, she's from Austin. She's from Milwaukee, too, by the way. What? Okay, you better say by way, Austin. That's another Milwaukee person we have in the building. But let us know, what's your most memorable moment of 2022? So, guys, I like to start all of my lives with a quote. I'm going to read a quote to y'all and we can kind of dive into it and let me know what y'all think.
Okay.
So, the quote says this: do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at that particular moment. And better tools will be found along the way. What's y'all thoughts on that?
Can I go?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Sean.
Me.
Wait.
Can I go?
Wait. Absolutely.
That quote right, that prefers to me right there.
Yeah.
I'm looking into getting into real estate into 2023. I've been reading books, talking to people, just trying to do everything I can to be prepared. I didn't start bird songs this prepared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just started it, I did it, and I just jumped into it.
Yeah.
Because you can read books forever. You can go to seminars, talk to people. You can do this for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in business, a lot of times it's like the Nike commercial. Just do it.
That's good.
They say build it and people come, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do in 2023. I'm going to get out there, get into the real estate game, and I know I'm going to do good at it.
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
the first thing is taking that leap, taking that first step, because you never feel like you're ready. I have to read another book. I have to do this. I should talk to another person. I should network with somebody else. And that can just go on and on and on. So that quote right there, I can really resonate with that quote.
Good. What you think, Shay?
I love that quote because I think one of the things that people don't really realize is that the higher up you go on your own journey and your own success ladder, the harder it is to just do it. Because initially, when you think about it, like when we all started our different businesses, or just think about 10 years ago, where we were 10 years ago, we had nothing to lose, right? So we're just going to go, we're going to do, we're going to be, it's not going to be that difficult. And now I think it's not even about age, it's just about experience. And as you continue and have more and more experience and more success, you have more and more to lose. So it gets a little harder to just do it because we overthink. And we're thinking about our families. We're thinking about everything that we have to lose. We're thinking about, am I going to look stupid after I've had all of this success? And so I think sometimes it gets a little harder, actually, the more successful you are, to just jump into something because you don't want to lose. And we're used to, you kind of get spoiled. In success, you get spoiled, and you
do.
Yeah, you're just used to you. Like, you're like, I've gotten here, I've gotten in the mud, I've done everything I need to do. And then you go into something new and you're like, like, I don't necessarily want to tell anybody just yet, or I don't want to do it necessarily. What if it's not as successful as this? And what are people going to think? And what I'm going to do? So I think it's important to understand that, like, the higher up you go, actually, the harder it is for you to just do it and start something new because you have more to lose.
Yeah. What you think, E?
Yeah, that's a big one. The big
Yeah.
thing, especially from the last year that I took away from that quote would be tools.
Mm,
The major part would be understanding that not every tool is adequate for a specific job, and making
that's
sure you
good.
have the specific tools for that job. Um, and understanding that there's levels to the tools, and tools come in the form of people, places, things,
That's good.
relationships,
Yeah.
in many ways. So honing in on what worked last year
Yeah.
did not work.
Yeah.
Right.
Being able to cut that off, but being able to not just have tools, but building that toolbox, and that deals with versatility, adaptation, you know,
Yeah.
and the ability to utilize different things based upon the job at hand, and being
Yeah.
confident in executing the job. So that's
Yeah.
a big transition from last year to this year, definitely. I like that quote.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
I think it's
Yeah.
good though because I think what it implies is that we have to have every single thing figured out. And the reality of it is that's just not possible in life. I think that we can um prepare somewhat, right? But like you said, E, it's very much like once I got into like doing these lives, right? I didn't know what I was doing, like at all. But along the way, I acquired certain tools and certain people and certain things that helps me. And I think it's about jumping and then figuring out once you jump and knowing that, God's not going to have you land just flat on the ground. And even if he does, you're going to learn from that too. So everything is worth learning, especially if you have a passion for it. So I absolutely love this quote, and I'm glad that it resonated with so many people. They coming in here, y'all. They said,
They are.
I love that quote. Yep. We got some hearts. We have yes to real estate, Schomburg. We have Mom Bird is Mom Bird song is online, and she's proud of you and the family. That's good, Shay. Let's get it. Let's go right into some of the questions. And the first one, as you can only imagine, is going to deal with mental health. And as we know, sadly, Stephen Boss, better known as Twitch, committed suicide earlier this week. And it made me think of what sort of authentic conversations are we having or not having, either with ourselves or others. Shayla, what do you feel like we're missing with some of these conversations? Are we not being honest to ourselves? Are we not being honest to others? Like, what was your mental health? Let me just ask that. What was your mental health like this year? And do you feel like you were honest with others and yourself?
This year has been, I would say, pretty. Do I want to say challenging? Yeah, kind of.
That's okay. Yeah.
Um, and as far as like honest with other people, no, because nobody
Mm,
knows the depths of like the challenges that I go through. But it's also like on the flip side of the work that I do, like I'm everybody else's confidant, right?
yeah.
So when you think about like that's what I'm paid to do, but also that's just who I am in life with a lot of my friends and family and everything else. And so that was something for me where I'm like, 2023, prioritizing self a little bit more. Like I'm that, like when I hear about, especially like we talked about suicides and things like that, and it's unfortunate, but and everyone, especially with Twitch, was like, what's happening? Like, what are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Like, I would have no clue. And I'm like, I'm the person you would have no clue about. I'm the strong,
Mm,
have no clue, nothing.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so the challenge with that for me is to be like, okay, I'm so good at it for others, then let someone else be good for me. So
Right.
adding more support in my life, the way that I support other individuals.
That's good. How was your mental health this year, Ernest?
Personally, I think as a new father, my son is 2 years old. I think one thing that I really discovered is that this thing called postpartum applies to men as well.
That's good.
I think it's very much a denied fact, especially for engaged fathers. I'm gonna put that out there. If absent, you know what you dealing with.
Yeah.
You
That's
know
so true.
what I'm
No, we need
saying?
that caveat. Let's
You
make
on
it
a
clear.
run. You on your way to
Yeah.
Canada. No, but I definitely feel that at my age, it did impact me mentally as a related to my emotional well being. So that's the personal aspect. However, to deal in a combative way, because you guys know I'm very competitive. This work that we're doing with fatherhood and male engagement really takes the time to create environments of safe opportunities for people, especially men, to engage in this dialogue. I think we traditionally associate emotional instability with women,
Yeah.
but statistics tell
Mhm.
us that women are not creating or, dealing with mass shootings. Suicide rates for men are higher than women, things of that nature. So the intentionality of that work becomes very important, and especially for someone who identifies as male and a person of color. So it's the
Yeah.
personal aspect, but also, you know, being able to do this work as well becomes very, very impactful.
Yeah, thank you for that, Ernest. And we love you, and I'm thank you for just sharing that with us because I think sometimes when you think of postpartum, it's very much this maternal aspect of it, but I think sometimes we leave out the fact that there's another person, and like you said, that's present and who feels also. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Sean Bird, what was your mental like this year?
It was good. It was good. I try to stay strong with my mental health. I think fitness and working out really helps me with that. It's like
Good.
the first thing I do in the morning, every morning almost. I may miss a day or two, but that's kind of like my zen. Get
Yeah,
my workout in. Okay, now what's going on? What are we doing? Let's see what's going on now. After I get that hour just of my time.
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? It keeps me grounded.
Yeah, so Mamba said 2023, we have to declutter our minds, our bodies, our spirits. That's good. And she got an amen from Rachel. That's so good. Um, let's talk about the spiritual aspect of this too. So often, I talk with my mentees, and one of the things that I kind of tell them is that one day you'll look back and you'll be thankful for the things that you went through. And I think that when you're in it, you don't feel it. You're just like, listen, it's hard. I can't get over. Um, and every time I thought that I took a loss, especially this year, every time I think that I took a loss, God was like, I have something so much better that you
Mhm.
don't even understand. Like you can't see it.
Right.
So how was your relationship, Sean, this year with God? And did he play any sort of like role in your faith or like trusting him? Like, did you have any moments where you were like, it's impossible for me to do this by myself. I have to rely on somebody way bigger than me.
Right. And I do that. Sometimes I feel like I call on him only when I really, really need him. You
That's all
know,
of us. That's all of us.
like really
Yeah.
help me with this, really help me with that. And I feel like I should call on him more and be more spiritual.
Yeah.
But every time he's always been there for me. He didn't come when I want him to, but like I say,
But he
he's always
always on
on
time.
time.
Always
Yeah,
on
for
time.
real, always on time.
What about you, E? I know you talk a lot about God and like just your relationship. Do you feel like it got it got you too? And I love it. But do you feel like it got your relationship with God got like strengthened this year, or do you feel like it's something where next year you're like I could have done better in this area with him, or
Well, y'all know
trusting
me.
him or whatever?
Y'all know me from high school. I got in a lot of trouble because I always said God with that stuff.
Because what?
It's conflicted. So I definitely am not. I advocate for people who deal with religion and things of that nature because I love it as a meeting place. I've actually done two. Um, you know, easy plug. It's called Intend Dad. We also had a conversation in the church as far as
Yeah.
sex talk as real talk. So
Good.
been going out of my comfort zone more to engage with the spiritual community. But I think spirituality in of itself is definitely larger. I think it's our connection to things bigger than ourselves, right?
Yes. Yes.
That feeling that you leave with, whether it be music, like Sean said, you can have a spiritual connection with the gym. You feel better,
Yeah.
right, after you leave.
Right.
So good.
Um,
Every day.
yeah, so our connection
So
to
good.
things, endeavors, you know, places. Some of us have a spiritual connection to nature, whatever that looks like. So
Shayla.
honing in,
Shayla.
yeah, facts.
Shayla loves
I'm
Nate.
a water
Shayla is the reason.
girl.
I mean, listen, she loves Nate. She actually is one of the reasons. Sorry, I ain't trying to cut you off, but I have to
Yeah,
let. Shayla's one of the reasons why I I'm outdoorsy a little bit more. Now that's a stretch. You know what I mean? I ain't going out when it's hot and the bugs and all the extras. Get off me,
right.
okay? Now don't. I'm not doing. They biting me. They doing a lot. But like during the fall and the winter, she very much was like, go take a walk, go run outside. And there's something to be said about nature that's not really talked about a lot.
It's
Shayla,
true.
I'll let you chime in with that just for a second. I didn't think we was gonna take this turn, but I need you to speak
Man.
on it because
And also,
it's
also
something about outside.
who we share our spirit with becomes very important.
Ooh,
That's a
talk
big
to
one.
him.
Who
Talk
Say
we
to
that.
share,
him.
yeah,
Talk to him.
who we share our energy and our spirit with becomes very important to think about. Hopefully, everyone's taking heed to that, especially going into the
So
new
good,
year.
Ernest.
Who we spending our time with?
Yeah.
What to what degree are we pouring into them? To what degree
Mm,
are we reciprocating
Yeah.
that? Right. So I
yeah,
think that's just an element to really think about as well.
yeah.
Who are we
Shay, tell
sharing
us.
our spirit with?
That was dope.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Shay, talk about the nature aspect really quickly and what that has done for you over the years.
So I think, and as you know, everyone on on this platform understands with me, I've always been the outcast as far as my belief in what it is, and I definitely believe in God. I believe in the universe. I believe in spirit. I believe in nature. I believe in aliens. We're all people, but the thing is, like, I think the undercurrent and understanding, like, what nature actually is, which is it's an element to me, just like we are an element of God. It's show nature always leaves clues. And so when you think about it, like, if we go back, right, and look at the first humans or whatever else, we all had a very, very distinct relationship with nature. We honored nature. And that was for a reason, because we're here to help each other. And so I think the beauty about nature is, like, when you go into nature, it's one of the most spiritual aspects that you can receive, because you're always going to get a lesson. You're always going to, like, nature's here to help and support. And I think that's the
Yeah.
crazy part, is like, we as humans, um we destroy a lot that's actually meant to help us. God put that here for a reason. And so one of the
Yeah.
best things I do is, like, going out in nature. I'm someone who's really connected with water. So you will
Yeah.
always find me on the beach, in the ocean, in the lake, or whatever else. Like, that's my clarity. Like, that when I go into and can go into the water,
Yeah.
I get messages. I'm clear, so I can hear what God's trying to tell me. And so I think it's important that you find whatever works for you. But a lot
Yeah.
of people are afraid of nature. A lot of people look at nature as, like, especially if you're from the city, like, you just don't get it. But if you've ever gone out into the woods and just sat, you can hear
Listen.
God. You
Yeah.
can hear, you feel so connected to something that you've been disconnected from your whole life. And it's it's life changing. So I think when you really look at nature as what it is, which is, it's a spiritual connection. I would say it's God in a
Absolutely.
different form. Just like I believe each and every single one of us has pieces of God with us, but
Yeah.
it's something that has absolutely changed my life. So, like I'll be in the jungles, like Erica's like, I'm not doing that, but I'll be in the jungles of Costa Rica. I will be in Bali. I will be in all these different places that are nature focused, but they're also like energetic vortexes. So you were talking, E said, who we share our time with and things like that. Well, we're all energy. So it's really important to I know it sounds out there for most people, but I'm really key on energy. I'm really key on frequency. And when you are able to connect with nature more, then you are able to trust yourself and your being more, because you have a clear path for energy to flow through. And what that means is we all have issues trusting ourselves most of the time. We call it a gut feeling, right? When you have that feeling something's not right or whatever else, and then you talk yourself into, I'm crazy, or this doesn't matter. No. You have that for a reason. Every single person has that for a reason. And the more you go out into nature, the more attuned your intuition will become, which will allow you to understand the frequencies and the energies of individuals that you are around, and lets you know, hey, I can spend more time with this person, or this doesn't feel right, or whatever else. And that's a key element in life. I think sometimes we try to disconnect ourselves so much, and they're like, oh, that person's weird, or she's in the witchcraft, or this is where I'm a Christian, so this can't be possible. And that's not true. Nature doesn't have a religion. And so, but God has given us all intuition for a reason. And when you go into nature, that intuition is sharpened, and that's going to help you in your everyday real life.
Yeah, listen, the chat, y'all, I had to scroll
I see
back
it. They chiming
up.
in.
Listen.
They're chiming in.
This is why I really wanted to touch on the nature thing. And so thank all three of you guys, of course, for chiming in, because nature is a thing. Nature definitely will give you a different aspect in life. We got somebody shouting out nephew. We have, I hug trees and I sit under them. Nature is healing. I am so proud. Hold on, let me go back. Aww. I'm so proud of my cousin. Love you, Ernest. Ernest, your people showing
Ernest people are showing up.
And they need to say, listen, they keep saying E. I'm like, is this, y'all talking about me?
Hey, we have the same initials too, so it gets
I need to know what's going on. I see a lot of E love, and I'm starting to think it ain't me. I'm starting to think it ain't me, though. I'm getting a little jealous.
It's all right.
Let's see here. We have that fresh air and nature sound is absolute relief to the mental pressures we often face. So in all transparency, I think you guys know, but I suffer from a very severe case of death anxiety, and I've gotten a little bit better. I actually gotten a lot better. Let me not water down my process. I've gotten a lot better. And one of the things that my therapist was telling me, when I go to sleep, is to put on rainwater, and when I tell you, it has helped drastically on the days that I feel just a little bit more hypersensitive. I'm doing a live, I'll listen to it. It puts me into a place. So I think it is to go without saying, or shouldn't go without saying, that nature is key. We got correct. So proud of my nephew. Who
Earnest. Ernest is taking over the live. This is Ernest live. It's fine.
Man, he brought a gang of people with him.
And I never do this either. So
no, we're so
They're
happy
showing up.
Oh my. Okay, so switching gears. Okay, we have to talk about finances. Sean is probably, between Sean and my mom, Shayla sometimes, but I talk about finances with Sean and my mom probably once a week. We just talk about credit. We talk about saving. We talk about risk taking. We just talk about finances. I ain't a financial guru, but I take finances very, very, very serious. And I want to know, SB, Sean Bird, what was the biggest thing that you've learned from yourself financially this year? Something that either surprised you or didn't surprise you, but what's the biggest revelation for you this year?
For me, is having that emergency fund. You know, we all hear Dave
Oh,
Ramsey. We all hear
yeah,
about that, right?
yeah.
To me, the emergency fund is like the biggest thing in my financial everything.
That's so
Because
good.
there was time when I didn't have money to pay for this or pay for that. Actually, this weekend, my hot water tank just broke. And I understand it's going to be $1,100, right?
Yeah,
There was a time I would be, where would I get $1,100 from?
that's so
You know what I
good,
mean?
Sean. Yeah,
And building that emergency fund was $20 here, $30 there, $40, just putting money up aside, right? And you'll be surprised how good you feel knowing that if you have a car repair, if you have
yeah,
this, if you have
yeah.
that, I can pay it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or if you want to use a
Absolutely.
credit card and use points, that's a whole nother thing. You know, I chase points.
Oh,
But
but
to me,
me and you are the point chasers. We need to do a live on point chasing. It's a thing, y'all. By the way, but you got to be good with your finances to get what we're saying. You can't be point chasing
right.
and whole
They
nother
say
lie. But go ahead.
The average American can't touch $1,000. I've been there before, living paycheck to paycheck,
Yeah,
and I wasn't able to touch $1,000. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah,
that's one of the things. I don't agree with everything Dave Ramsey talked about. I don't agree with
yeah,
everything Robert Kiyosaki says. I take something from everybody and then I put it all with what I'm doing, you know.
yeah.
So
And what
but
works for
I'm
you?
saying a lot of financial advisors always talk about that emergency fund. To me, it's critical.
It's so true, Sean. Because here's the thing: the rainy days are always coming.
They're
We
coming.
know
It's
this. Like
coming.
this isn't like, oh, I can't believe that this happened. So my I was in Florida with Sean and my mom, and we took a whole family trip. My dog Nee, no lie, literally goes out, which I feel like he made it up. Like, let me see how I can bust my knee for her to come back early and for her finances to be shaken up. I feel like he was testing me. Knee burst. Okay, this is second knee. And for some, his knee, by the way, I'm just gonna throw it out there, was $3,500 to get his knee
Whoa.
repaired. Okay, so
Second
either
one.
the
Second time, by
second
the way.
one, look at Ernest. I'm sorry, wait.
Tape it up.
That's duct tape.
Hey, you better hype around.
Tape it up.
Don't do that to
Hey,
Brody.
What that duct tape do? What you playing?
That's her son,
So
Ernest.
he know that
Oh
it is my
yeah.
son, but I ain't got another knee in me. I'm gonna all his knees is burnt up.
Yeah.
But it was one of those moments where I had already planned for Disney. That was my plan. So it
Right.
just shows you how like the monkey wrenches of financial things come and go. And I was able to put it on my credit card and I paid it off. So I had a whole plan for it. But I also had in the event that I needed to touch my emergency money, I was good because I'm
Right.
always prepared for anything at any time. And so, Sean, that was such a great nugget. And I don't think that we talk about that emergency fund so much. I think people just out here blowing this and that. It's the YOLO mentality,
Yeah.
living your life. Okay, but life also consists of the blow ups. Every year something has happened. I think all three of
Right.
us can attest to. We just went by. Sean, tell me what happened. Ernest, tell me what happened. I don't have to. I just told you the need. Sean said, but we ain't even got to go through all that. But let's just be real. Everybody on this chat can relate to something has happened this year that you didn't know was gonna happen.
And it's gonna continue
So,
to happen.
and every
Yeah.
year,
Right. Right.
what you think, E? Did you have anything happen this year that you was like, now hold on, you know I wasn't ready, or I was ready?
You just realize, and I'm sure Sean can attest that dealing in business, I know the saying is, it takes money to make money, but man, you can take some L's. It's been
Mm,
times, you guys know I own my new shaved ice business. I actually seen Sean in the public, man. Island Ice Shaved Ice Cups LLC. And sometimes you want to do work that's community based. And in doing so, you can't predict specific population outcomes. So you might be
that's good.
set for 400 people, and next thing you know, it's 1,500. I got paid for 400.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
just learning to really you know, be intentional about where I am. Once again, who I'm dealing with, and building those relationships, and understand that education can come at a cost, you know, financially, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And Sean talked about it to a great deal. Reading books, actually just doing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes that could be an expensive endeavor. When you're going to a wrong location, or gas, overhead. Of course, the ice boys got to get paid too. Shout out to my nephews. You know how that goes, man. But just I think business, of course, would be the main financial learning lesson that I'm taking from the last year.
Yeah. So we have someone who said, for me, definitely was building my savings and money management. Money management is not talked about enough, y'all.
Hey,
Right.
I'm
Bubba.
gonna be on that. Who was that? You know
That's my
this
niece.
person?
That's my niece.
Somebody else for Ernest, y'all.
Hey, Nene.
Somebody else for Ernest. They came for Ernest today. Listen. Tony said that hot water heater ain't no punk.
Oh my
Bad.
God, I didn't know.
You know,
I didn't know.
you you don't want to be taking a cold shower in 8 degrees
Oh
of
my God.
Wisconsin. You don't want it.
I
You
boiled water
don't
this
want it.
morning, y'all. I had to boil some water, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Keep it 100.
Woo, we got 414. We got 3G's podcast. I'm sure they here for Ernest. I don't know who they are, but 414, we're in here. Oh my
414.
God. Listen. Okay. So we got to talk about finance. I told y'all this podcast was very much about the 4 F's. It was about freedom, which it was about mental health. It was about finances. It was about faith. And I don't even really want to talk to y'all about fitness, because from what I'm looking at from my end, y'all cold. So we gonna touch on it just because I have to. I sent y'all the questions. Shayla, I'm gonna come to you first. Don't know why, because you in shape and you cold. So apparently you did everything this year with fitness. Shine up there with the swole arms. Ernest that got his camera back so you can just see in the event that his shoulders wasn't there. Wait, how you switch it up? Man, give him a little angle.
I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I got my show. Apparently we killed it this fitness year. I would love to say that, but I'm sure we all will say that probably wasn't true. Shayla, how was your fitness journey this year? Tell us the good, the bad, the cool, and what does next year look like for you?
Okay, I've got two things because I want to double back on finance real quick, because this is something that I actually teach. And something that I think that most people don't realize is that you have to have a relationship with money. And a lot of people don't have a relationship with money, or don't realize what their relationship with money is. And so you can try to out earn or earn more and more and more and more and more money, not realizing that your core values around money or your beliefs around money are really harboring or like they're holding back your wealth growth and your money growth. And so that's something that, like, even people who, and most people don't believe this, but I do it every single day. People who have millions of dollars can still have really bad relationships with money. And money is one of the things that, like, imagine if you could wake up in the morning and not have to worry about money. Money is a big thing that's on everybody's list all the time.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
So the thing for me is, like, I've always been, and Erica knows, but I've never had an issue making lots of money. None. My issue is keeping it. And so learning how to, even though this is something that I teach, I'm really good at it, but applying those principles myself. And my whole thing was like, I can always make more. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. But
Right.
it becomes really, really challenging, when you have a 6-figure month or whatever else, but you feel just like somebody else who has zero, because we're starting at zero at the end of the month. Same thing at the beginning. If I'm starting at zero and you're starting at zero, what's the difference between you and I? Nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
And so learning to work through and heal my relationship with money, which is a lot of it has to do with childhood concepts as well, which we don't normally connect. We're like, that has nothing to do. I'm like, yeah, your money issues has a lot to do with childhood and the things that you grew up and your belief around certain different things. And it doesn't matter how much money you have, because money only solves money problems, right?
Yeah.
And
or what you feel like you didn't have that you want to have, right? And you and I talk a lot about that, of like, I didn't have this in my childhood, and I didn't get to have this experience. And so now that I have the money, I want to give this experience to myself and to my kids, and then not realizing like that still can be draining. And so I think it's this constant pattern of trying to be whatever our past wasn't with finance, and it's
right.
It
but
just
if you're not conscious of that, then you continue to run a pattern in your life with money, no matter how much money that you have. And so that's what you can't out earn, or you can't out earn any type of dysfunction. It's always
earn your trauma.
Right. So
you can't out earn. Somebody put that in the chat.
With money, right, is making sure like it's bigger than, okay, I can manage, or I can, I'm going to have my 401k, or I'm have my savings or whatever else. I'm like, what's your real relationship with money though? Like, what do you believe about money? What does that look like for you? What conversations are you having with money? What are we looking at, like, as an individual and as a family? Because the other thing is, if your significant other has a different relationship with money, it can always butt heads.
Yeah.
So
talk about it. Talk about it.
Like, that's a whole I mean, we're not going to go there because we have to go to fitness.
But it's true. You can't outrun your trauma with finances. And I think that people feel like the more money I have, the better. What do they say? More money, more problems, which, you think is so cliche, but it's so true.
But you look at, here's the other thing is like money, okay, rich and wealthy are two different things. And I think really important in our community that we talk about, because it's put in our face so much. And we are very money heavy, which I think all people are, but especially in the Black community, something that people see all the time is like this element of rich or this element of money. And so riches and wealthy are two different people, two different things. Like, anybody can get rich. Not everybody can get wealthy. Not everybody has the discipline.
Right.
And when it comes to rich, we see that, especially, let's look at our rap culture. Let's look at everything that's thrown in our face. We see riches, we see cars, we see clothes. That's what's of value, right? But the other thing is, look at these individuals. And if you actually take a real look at them, most of them have really bad money relationships, and they don't know how to handle it. They have no clue how to deal with money. So that is why, and this is not just Black community, but we can see it especially in celebrities, because they're put out there. You can make 10, 20, 100 million, $300 million, and you end up broke, and people are like, how? Because they don't have a relationship with money. They're still running that same pattern that they had when they were 8, 9, 10, or back on the block, or whatever else you want to call it. They've never really worked on that. They just kept putting money in.
You can't fill that internal void with money.
Right. No, you can't at all, because money really is what I didn't have in my past versus what I have now. So people can make $50,000 and feel like, but my parents only had 30, so I'm doing so much better. So people look at it as just like the tangible part of it versus what you're supposed to actually be doing, the investment part of it. And a lot of people, the debt to income ratio, which is why when somebody tells me I make $100,000, I don't give a shit. How many bills do you have though?
Yeah.
How many bills do you have? Like, if you make 100, but your debt is 120, you're not doing well. So if somebody tells me they have $1 million, that's not impressive to me, because I have to know how much of that is debt. And that's the part that's not talked about. It's just like, it's this number figure. And again, it all goes back.
Yeah. And most people are afraid of money, if you want to be honest. Like, I talk about it all the time, and people look at me as like, how many, this amount and this and that or whatever else. And I'm like, most people cannot handle the level of money that I talk about, or that I'm around a lot, because they're afraid of it. And something you're afraid of, you're never going to be able to make more of. So it's a really deep conversation that most of us aren't prepared to talk about, or people don't really think about. And I think, one of the big things that we have to do as a society and as a culture is understanding, like, and I think someone said in the chat, it's like, okay, net worth is not your net worth doesn't mean anything. Like that's not your self-worth, right?
At all.
But that's
Yeah.
that's what we equal that. Like the more people who have, if you have more money, then you're more of a person or whatever else. And that's not necessarily true. But also on the other hand, and once again, I'm not going to go down this road because we could be in here forever, is people make real change in our world, right? And people tend to really be angry at people who are rich or who are wealthy because they're like, oh, they don't need all that money, blah, 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 all this other stuff. And I'm like, here's the thing. If you want to actually make change in this world, 9 figures is not going to cut it. You have to be able to play with the big dog. So there's a dichotomy here. We're afraid of money. We're angry at money, but we want to make change, right? And we can't get our money shit together. So how do you think that you're going to get anywhere over here to be able to make a true change in your life? And not only your life, but the community, because you have to understand that we do need money to do that. Like you can't deny that. But
and that's what
mad at the people who have it, who aren't doing what you want them to do with it. The only way you can do that is you have to be able to be the individual or be part of the individuals who create that. So we have to get ourselves comfortable and we have to get our money shit together because we are the ones who are going to change the world. And if you're going to change the world, you have to be able to go up against the individuals who have the money that you think that you can't have or that it's ridiculous to have. So it's really challenging to get people to see that because they think money is the issue or money's the problem, but money isn't the problem. It's
it's individual. Listen, they here for this one. You already know. Here we go. Money makes you more of what you already are.
It is true. That's 100% true.
This is what we need to teach people in our school system. Excellent point. We connect our financial status to our important. Oh Lord, now 3G podcast. We could go off that. That could preach because it's true. I believe this generation. Hold on. I believe this generation, me being from this generation, 1998, the way they think is whatever I spent, I'm going to get right back. It's a mindset thing. It's so true, man. The way that we think about money is just needs to be retaught. What you gonna say, SB?
If I can chime in a little bit.
Absolutely.
I know we're supposed to be talking about fitness. We're gonna get to that, but this finance is so big.
Hold on, but before you go, it's crazy that I gave y'all all these compliments about your shoulders, and then nobody want to talk about how it's leading me to think that wasn't nobody in the gym this year. We're gonna see what's going on. But go ahead, Sean.
It's because money is so important. You know, I've seen everything that is done with me in my marriage. Right? They say it's a thin line between love and hate, right?
Yeah,
when that money wasn't coming in, it was a lot of tension. Right now that I'm more financially stable, we have more fun. You know, knowing that we have, like I say, that emergency fund, knowing that we can take that trip, knowing that we can do this and do that and all that, you know, and it helps you. And money goes back to that mental health that we were talking about also.
100.
You just feel so much better when you're financially stable.
That's so good.
And but the truth of the matter is, like, people, and you've seen it, Sean, like, we're not going to blame money for this, but the truth of the matter is that is the truth, right?
It is.
Things are, that doesn't solve all the problems, but like at bare minimum, if we know that we're secure with
this financial money, that's so true.
That releases everything else so we can go do what else we need to do. Like, let's deal with the money so we can actually deal with what's important. And so, but a lot of people don't like that conversation because they're like, oh, you're just about money. No. It's about safety. It's about security. It's about creating something for my family. It's about, once again, let's get the money, or not even just let's have the money and protect it and do the things that we need to do so that we can actually move on to what our lives are about. It's important.
Yeah.
People, we're stuck on money. And I think people get so mad. We're always talking about money. I'm like, but it's one of the biggest challenges and issues that most people have. If we can get that together,
for real,
we can move on because it's not the most important thing. But you don't understand that until you get to that point. That's why when you like, money doesn't solve money problems. Well, that sounds great because you don't have them or whatever else, or like money doesn't make you happy, but you're not going to know that money doesn't make you happy. You're not going to believe it until you have the money, and then you're like, oh, okay, let me see
Yeah.
what's
What
next.
else? What else? Yeah.
That's your deal. Then let's get the money so that you can realize what everybody's been telling you. It's not going to make you happy, and you still have to do the work.
That's
Drop
true.
the mic.
Listen, we gotta move on, y'all, because I feel like, to me as the host, there's a lot of like, I get the financial thing. We could go all day, but somebody not trying to talk about their fitness. I don't know what it is.
I'm not.
No, I'm just trying to figure out who in my square was not there. I'm going to Earnest, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna just.
I still got it.
Oh, but he didn't want to show the shoulders before. Okay, cool.
I ain't lost it. Yeah. Let's get
Somebody
to it.
said we need the fitness talk, sis. They listen.
What
They
is
waiting
All
for
right.
it.
Let's get into
Ernest.
it. Yeah, as it relates to well-being, let's just call it well-being, please.
Okay, well-being. Yes,
We're
sir.
talking about
Well-being.
not just the gym. We're talking about health dimensions.
100%.
You understand what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
we talked about some areas already, right? We talked about our mental well-being, right? That's a dimension. Our spiritual, emotional. Have we talked about our environmental health, right?
Yeah,
You ever
that's
walk
true.
into a house and it's so decluttered or cluttered that you feel a certain way about being in that space, or it's too much going on. You don't know who's going to knock on the door. It's strange. There's no bedtime. There's no snack time. There's no
Yeah,
TV time. And as a result, the overall environmental health can be impacted as well. I didn't talk
definitely.
about the financial piece because we got two gurus here, but there is financial health as well, right?
No, it's only because we got fit. Listen, y'all, we got 15 minutes. We gotta chime in.
Oh my
Also,
God.
a big thing for us, especially as men, would be family history.
Oh yeah.
My
Oh yeah.
uncle's father, my father's father, had a medical issue. The likelihood of me experiencing that just increased based upon our genetic makeup.
Yes,
So
that's
we can't
good.
be in denial about that. And that goes into our ability to be communicatively healthy as well. We got to talk
Yeah.
about these things. And
Yeah,
that's
for
something that
sure.
we are socialized not to do. And that becomes very important. And also, as people as color, please do not take your genetics for granted. We blessed. Black don't crack, baby. We look
But
good.
it does.
We
Does
feel
fold a little bit. I'm just gonna tell
right.
you. I think I have a
Well,
slight wrinkle I'm having an issue with.
Hey,
it's all
listen, baby.
good.
I saw something on my cheek and I was like, no,
Uh-huh. But
no.
just yeah, man, be proud of who you are. I think that's important. To
Yeah.
know that a lot of us are genetically blessed, and not to take that for granted. It definitely doesn't last forever. I think we got to some good points as it relates to our overall wellness and well-being, and not just
Yeah.
traditionally going to the gym and things of that nature. So
Oh,
it's
but
a
you gonna touch the gym though. I see what you're saying. But what was your fitness like this year? Did you hit some? Did you do cardio? Did you do some weight? I need to listen. Here's the thing with the first of the year. You know how this go.
oh yeah, the
Everyone
resolution.
has this aspiration and these dreams of becoming more fit, right? And
Right.
they tell you, it's the most time. We need to open up a gym too, y'all, when we done, because this is what they be doing, child. They start at the beginning of the year and they don't keep up with it. Let's get a little money
Exactly.
first 3 months. So you can do something virtual together. We can do this. But this is what people do. But like, let's talk about long-term success. Shayla didn't had 1,900 fitness companies. SB Sean was a whole body. Ernest, he was a whole bodybuilder. Did he tell you that?
I
Oh
should do
wow,
shows and everything.
that's
Look,
awesome.
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
know you work out, E. So I need us in our time because we gotta give these people, including ourselves, what does next year look like? Forget this year; it's done. Are we working out next year? What are we doing to strengthen our fitness next year?
Make it a way of life.
By
You have 24 hours in a day, right?
tell them. Yep.
Make it a way of your life. For me, it's the first thing in the morning, like I said, right? For
Yeah.
some people, it's when they're on their lunch hour. For some people, it's after work. Whatever it is, Get 15, 20, 30 minutes. Just start it.
Just do something.
Do something. Get
Yeah, that's
started,
good.
and you're gonna feel much better. Right. And
Yeah,
men, my men, go to the doctor.
yeah, it's good, Sean.
Listen to me. Go to the doctor. Okay. There are a lot of men that died. There are a lot of men that should still be with us right now, but they never went to the doctor. Okay.
Good.
That's the
Go.
best game I'm gonna give all the black men on this channel right now. Okay.
Yeah, go to the doctor.
Go to the doctor.
You know,
You
Shay,
may
one of
feel good. Stop ignoring those signs. I have high blood pressure, right?
yeah,
For years, they've been telling me.
that's
I
that
tried
100,
this,
Sean.
tried
They
that,
coming in.
right? Please go to the doctor.
They come in. They say you speaking SV. That season saw caught up to you.
Right, right.
It was
So
the Lyrese. What y'all say?
the Laurie's, we eat too much seasoned food. That's our thing. We've been eating seasoned
We
food all our
season our
life.
seasoning.
Yes, it's in our season.
The Lyrese. We knew it was too good to be true.
Right. But for me,
Shay, you,
with fitness, Erica, I do great in the gym, but I don't do good in the kitchen. Right?
oh, but
You know
but
what I
you're the
mean?
one that always told
You
me, brother.
cannot outwork your diet.
There you have it.
You can't do it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, they say you can make abs just in the kitchen, and it's true. But a lot of people don't want to eat like that.
Yeah.
So please, in 2023, try to change your eating habits a little bit. Everything is to be done a little bit.
It's in moderation, right? Like you
Right.
can't. And Shayla, you and I have talked about. Oh God, it's not even. I think this year we did okay. Like we did better than what we probably did last year. But one of the things me and Shayla used to always say, like, how do you become more consistent? And
Right.
the reality of it is, you just become more consistent. I
It's
think
that
that
way of
we
life.
try
Mhm.
to do these big goals, right? I'm gonna it starting January 1st, I'm gonna work out an hour a day and da versus like let's maybe try for 10 minutes. Let's just get you in the rhythm of just 10 minutes, 15, maybe nothing extra. Just
Right.
walking. My friend Chanel says hiking is one of my favorite go-tos exercises mentally and physically puts me in a better space. You think about hiking, we're just walking.
It's
Wait,
fun. Yep.
listen, I think that we try to go too hard,
Yeah.
too fast.
It make it
That's
very
never gonna
complicated
work.
too. We equate
Right.
our health to a gym membership. Oh, I go
Yeah,
to Gold's Gym or something like that. Bruh,
Right.
you got a floor. You can
you
hit
got a
some
whole
push-ups.
floor.
Drink
It's
more
a whole
water.
sidewalk outside. Get
Yeah,
that jog in, like you said. So I
yeah,
think we can overcomplicate things, especially in the new year.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, guys. Time. I first of all, not sure how
Fitness.
time is
Wait, I
going.
have something to say.
No, go ahead, Shay, and make it quick because we
So,
got. I don't even understand how it's gonna be time, but go ahead, Shay, because
so I think one
fitness
of the
is your
biggest things
thing.
with fitness is for me, I'm like, I've been coasting. And so Erica knows, most of you guys know, I like my own fitness journey has been up and down around. I have several certifications as in regards to fitness. I was a personal trainer. I still do group exercise teaching and everything else. And I think the biggest thing with that was like, I got really comfortable because I was always in really, really good shape. And this year, I feel like some weight. Well, not I feel, it's obvious in my world to me. Now I always look good to everybody else, so I don't have to worry about that. But for me,
And do.
I gained some weight, and it's really frustrating because what was working is not working anymore. And so it's almost it's a punch to the gut because you're like, what the hell? Like, why is this challenging? And we have to be willing to change. We have to be willing to try something different. We have to be willing to look and say, guess what? Maybe I just don't know right now and I need help with this, and not being afraid. And I
Yeah.
think for me, that's my biggest challenge because I'm the one who helps other individuals I've taught for 10, 15 years. I know this stuff in and out, but it's not working for me. So I have to, oh my gosh. And my personal fitness isn't about anybody else. Like most people don't understand. They'll be like, you look so good. And I'm like, ew. Like I don't feel I think the other thing there is
it's so true. You know, we are worse
your own
it.
personal challenges with this. Like make it your own and don't worry about everybody. I mean, be thankful. Of course, that's great. And I think the biggest other thing that with women is that we lie to ourselves a lot. And you don't want anybody else to tell you the truth that you already know. And so the thing is, it's like if you're not where you want to be as far as your body and things of that sort, then there's work that needs to be done. And so the thing is, like, women will complain about other women, or will complain that their husband is this and that or whatever else, or will complain that, you know, all this other stuff, but you're not doing the work. Like, I mean, what else do you want? What do you expect? And so you have to learn to be honest with yourself, and that's okay. Like if you don't like where you are, that's fine, because you can always change it. You can always transform that. But it's the honesty that you have to start with. And the other thing is, like they were talking about, as far as like, yes, the physical fitness, but also like what you are eating. And understanding, we talked about nature and we talked about all this other stuff. Well, the other thing is about our bodies. Our bodies are smart. Our bodies are really, really smart. And we don't listen to our body a lot. And so when you learn to listen to your body will tell you the foods that are working with you and the foods that are not working with you.
For sure.
And so you wonder why you're sick, or you're not feeling well, or you're bloated, or this or that. What are you eating? You will know, you can feel this. You can feel the difference when you have something that like really doesn't do well with your body. And so be open to new different types of I don't like to say diets, but lifestyles that are going to work better with you. I was just talking to my kids about this. And so the thing is, like my family, like my dad passed of cancer, my grandmother fought cancer twice, my aunt passed of cancer. So the other thing is, like, as much as I don't want to like believe it, I need to be really careful with that. I need to look at that. Like that's a family.
That's so good.
Type of thing. And so I'm like, well, what am I being aware of that? It doesn't mean I'm going to catch or get, but look at the family line. We have to understand that. And so for me, it is being a lot, I don't even want to say stricter. It is changing. Like I'm pretty good with food anyway, but still changing my lifestyle and looking at what that looks like and making a change, because I want to be here for a long time for myself, for my kids. For the things that I have to do. And that's one of the biggest things is like, if you're not healthy, it doesn't matter how much money you have, like you're not going to have a great way of life if you can't physically do things that
can
you need.
Can we throw sleep in there too?
With the who?
Sleep.
Oh Lord.
Sleep is
As
very
business
important.
owners, one thing that we can do is feel like you got to go, and especially as parents.
Yes, that power of rest.
You can't be ashamed of, man, lay it down, because if you don't lay it down, your body gonna lay it down regardless. So I think that's that we need to highlight as well. Yeah.
No, that's good. That's that we take that for granted, right? We feel like, you know, we have to go. And sometimes, especially, you know, when you're married, you have kids, you're a business owner, you're in corporate, like all of us have so much going on that sleep is sometimes the last thing that comes to mind. So thank you for that, E. Listen, as we wrap up, guys, I hate this though. We have to do this again next year, y'all. This is my last live of the year, so don't ask me for nothing. Don't ask me for no part 2 this year. I ain't doing nothing. Tired of y'all coming back talking about I want Earnest back, I want Sean back. Leave me alone. I'm not coming back this year. But we have to do this again next year, y'all. I want to close it. I do want to close it with this. And if we go over just a second, y'all just have to apologize. I want to ask this question. If you can go back, and this is very quick question, so y'all better think about it and quick. If you can go back to January 1st, what is one suggestion you would have gave your younger self? Quick. SB.
It goes back to the nutrition for me. That's for me one of the hardest things that I struggle with
this year.
The money, like we talk about the money and going out and having all those gourmet meals and doing this and doing that. My diet is hard for me. So that's
Okay.
one thing I like to go back to January 1st and really work on more. Diet and
Yeah.
cardio.
Okay. Well, thank God for you having this January 1st to
Yeah.
implement that. Shayla, what's one thing if you can go back, not fitness, it's anything, if you can go back January 1st that you would tell your younger Shayla self 12 months ago that you would do different?
Yeah. What I would tell my 2022 self from January 1st is you you don't have to do it alone. Like, allow more help,
Mm.
allow more people to come into your life. Trust, more people with your big challenges, because
Yeah.
that's one thing I don't do. Like I said, I'm the person that everybody comes to. I'm the client wise and friend wise. But as for me, everyone assumes, like, and this is not like a sad story, this is nothing like that, but it's like, oh, Shayla, she's fine, everything's fine. She's always
Yeah.
great, everything. And I'm like, if you only knew half,
Yeah.
not even half of what's happening. So I think it's my vulnerability with the people closest to me, like allowing people to support me.
That's good, Shay. That's good. E, if
Yeah,
you
I
can
get
go
that.
back to younger 12 months ago, 11 months ago, E, what
Yeah,
would you have
saying
told yourself?
saying being selfish is a negative thing. It's like a big contradiction because we do have to selfishly take care of ourselves. So that would be advice. I know a lot of people see me as, Prom King E, very egoic and things like that. But no, I spent a lot of my life sacrificing for others.
Yeah.
So I would give the advice of, taking the world traveling job, starting that business early, being selfishly in tune as a means of your own progression as to have uh, good end results.
Okay. Well, before we drop off, Ernest, tell me one thing you absolutely love about yourself. One thing. Go. One thing. Let's get it.
I'm handsome.
Boom. Sean Bird. I love it. Sean, what is one thing you absolutely could undeniably love about yourself?
My drive. My
Shayla,
drive. Yep.
one thing you absolutely undeniably love about yourself.
Undeniably, I have the best energy and frequency ever. If you get into my world, automatically you're changed without me doing a thing.
Love it. Dope audience members, I need y'all. You already know how this go. I need y'all to drop it in the chat. What's one thing you absolutely love about yourself? Shayla, Ernest, Sean. Oh, we gotta go. Thank you guys so much. I will be dropping your information in our chat. I will be doing the replay. Sean, I'll need your website, email, connection, Ernest, Shayla, where people can find you. You already know after these lives, they be trying to reach out. How can I find these people?
I want
Thank y'all
more.
so much for your time.
You guys left me wanting more.
Oh yeah, and there's so many more questions that I didn't even get to. But I
I know.
also am a very respectful of times, and thank you guys for your Sunday.
Yeah.
We got to do this again. This is a great end of the year live. I love you guys. Thank y'all for showing up. Thank y'all for being active, and thank you for your yes. I love y'all, and we will see you soon. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
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 Peace, peace.
Peace.